If you have a cat, you probably feed them every single day. But how many of us were ever actually taught why we're feeding them that specific food? Dry or wet, cheap or expensive, grain-free, high-protein, natural. If you've ever tried to research this online, you'll know one thing very quickly: everyone has an opinion, and many of them are loud. So today, we're stepping back from the brand loyalty and the marketing slogans. We're going to look at what science actually tells us about cat food, specifically dry versus wet. We'll cover the real benefits, the downsides, and the things most packages don't explain very clearly. The most important starting point is this: cats are not small dogs. They are obligate carnivores. This means they absolutely must eat animal-based protein and fat to survive. Unlike humans, or even dogs, cats can't create certain essential nutrients on their own. They have to get them directly from meat. This includes nutrients like taurine, an active form of vitamin A, and arachidonic acid. Without these, cats can develop very serious health problems over time. This is why feeding cats a vegetarian or plant-based diet, even if it's heavily flavored to trick them, is not biologically appropriate. Sure, your cat might nibble on grass or steal a piece of your toast, but their core nutritional needs are only met by animal protein. So, let's talk about dry food. It exists for good reasons. It's incredibly convenient. You can leave it out, it stores easily, and it produces less packaging waste than wet food. For a lot of households, it's also more affordable. Some people say dry food helps clean a cat's teeth through mechanical abrasion, which might reduce plaque a little, but this effect is often overstated. However, dry food has some significant limitations. Cats evolved from desert-dwelling ancestors, which means they have a naturally low thirst drive. They are biologically designed to get most of their moisture from their food, not from lapping up water in a bowl. Dry food, by its very nature, contains very little moisture. So, a cat that eats only dry food might not drink enough water to compensate. Over time, this can increase the risk of urinary and kidney issues, especially in predisposed cats. Dry food also tends to have more carbohydrates than a cat would naturally eat. This isn't because cats need carbs, they don't. It's because carbohydrates are a cheap and effective way to form the kibble pellets and keep production costs down. Now, let's look at wet food. The biggest benefit of wet food is that it closely mimics the moisture content of a natural prey diet. We're talking about a water content of around 70 to 80%. This high water content is fantastic for supporting hydration, promoting healthy kidney function, and aiding digestion. This is particularly important for older cats or those who have had urinary problems in the past. Wet food also tends to be much more aromatic, which can be a lifesaver for picky eaters or for older cats whose sense of smell is starting to decline. But wet food isn't perfect either. It's usually more expensive per meal. It creates a lot more packaging waste. All those little cans and pouches add up. And once you open it, it spoils quickly. You can't just leave it out all day. Also, not all cats handle a sudden switch to wet food well. It can sometimes cause digestive upset. So, as with most things in biology, the answer isn't a simple "this one is good, that one is bad." It's all about context. This brings us to one of the most overlooked aspects of choosing cat food. The ingredients matter far more than the brand name or the picture on the front of the bag. Many foods, especially the very low-cost options, rely heavily on bulking agents, artificial flavorings, and low-quality byproducts. These ingredients might make the food taste good to your cat, but they don't always support long-term health. Price alone doesn't guarantee quality, that's true. But extremely cheap foods are almost always cutting corners in ways that aren't obvious from the marketing. This is why learning to read the ingredient list is the single most powerful tool you have. You want to see named animal proteins like chicken, tuna, or lamb listed as the first few ingredients. You don't want to see vague terms like meat and animal derivatives or a list that is front-loaded with fillers like corn or wheat. Another crucial detail many owners miss is the difference between complete and supplementary foods. A complete food is formulated to provide all the nutrients your cat needs to thrive. A supplementary food, on the other hand, is basically a treat. It's designed to be fed alongside a complete diet, not as the main meal. If a cat is fed only supplementary food long-term, they can develop serious nutritional deficiencies, even if they seem perfectly fine at first. This distinction is rarely highlighted clearly on the packaging, so it's always worth double-checking the fine print. It's also important to acknowledge something about the pet food industry itself. A large amount of nutritional research is funded or supported by the very companies that make pet food, or by associated veterinary and pharmaceutical organizations. Now, that doesn't automatically mean the research is false, but it does mean that the recommendations we hear can sometimes reflect commercial priorities just as much as biological ones. This is why many vets now encourage owners to become more proactive. They advise us to read the ingredient lists, understand the basics of feline biology, and make informed, flexible decisions rather than just blindly following one rigid rule. So, what is the best, most balanced approach for the average, healthy cat? For most, a mixed diet of both wet and dry food works incredibly well. The dry food can offer convenience and a reliable base for calories, while the wet food provides that all-important hydration and often a higher quality of protein. Ultimately, what matters most is this: quality ingredients with adequate animal protein, a diet that is nutritionally complete, and something that your individual cat tolerates and enjoys. Because as we all know, cats are famously selective. How many of you have had a cat who loves a certain food, and then one day, the company changes the recipe slightly, and your cat just turns their nose up at it? No announcement, no warning, just pure rejection. That's not your cat being difficult. That's their biology, their sensitive palate, and their instinct at work. There is no single perfect food that works for every single cat. The healthiest approach isn't an ideological one where you declare yourself team wet or team dry. It's one that is informed, observant, and adaptable to your cat's specific needs. Do your own research. Read the back of the packet, not just the front. And most importantly, watch your cat. See how they respond to their food. A healthy, happy cat isn't created by marketing trends. It's created by an owner who understands what they truly are: beautiful, unique, carnivorous little creatures. What does your cat eat? A mix of wet and dry. Have you ever had a cat suddenly reject their favorite food? Let us know your stories in the comments below. After all, every cat has an opinion, whether we ask for it or not. Thanks for watching, and if you found this helpful, be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the world of our pets.